G'day, Heath here from pickinglessons.com, Bluegrass Licks on the mandolin. This is volume 3 in this series, and in this lesson we're in the key of G, but we're staying just in the open position. The licks themselves are quite straightforward when we break them down slowly, and if you're a beginner looking to improvise, this is going to be great for you. The licks will also be that bit easier to play up at a faster tempo as well, so quite manageable really. There's a bunch of single measure ideas and a couple of 2-bar ideas as well. We've got that example solo, we're going to string them all together in at the end. But in a moment, we're going to take a look at a bunch of licks here just to get us going. If you head over to pickinglessons.com, in the member section there, we will break down all of the licks. We'll have a look at the example solo. We're also going to cover the major pentatonic and the minor pentatonic for G and the arpeggios for the G, C, and D chords. That's really important because that's really setting the foundation of what these licks are using note-wise. You can also grab the tablature there as well. So we're in the key of G and we are just really working in this open position, and we're using some of the ideas that would be found in the first volume of this lesson. And so we'll go through some of those, but also there's a bunch of different ideas as well. This first lick, just to get us going, is the G run here on the lower strings. So we want to have these classic G runs, and we're going to have a look at a C run and a D run as well. We want these under our fingers because you're going to want to use those. It's sort of a cliche in the bluegrass style, I suppose, but that's great. That's what we want to hear. It's used a lot. We want to be able to incorporate that in our playing. So this first idea in G. All right, so there's that first one there. We're going to cover the second lick as well, which is a similar idea, but up the register. Okay, so we've got 2 G runs, one starting from the open G, and the second G run starts from that G we just finished on. Slight variation between the two because of the notes that are really accessible for our fingers, so we're trying to keep it straightforward and use what we have that fall under our fingers really easily. Let's just try those back to back. First idea, second idea, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So that G run is great for opening a solo, for finishing a phrase. You can put it in between anywhere you like. You can use it as a fill lick. It's a really great idea, and of course we do hear that a lot. While we're going to have a look at a couple of G licks now as well that run backwards. So you could hear those G runs are moving up. So they're ascending through the scale essentially. What we'll do for these next two is have a look at these licks that can go and descend through the scale. So we're going to start on the G and we're going to head down. So it's kind of like a reverse G run really. And then we have a variation on that same idea, and I'll explain what the difference is in a moment. So this is the variation. So the third lick we have, and this fourth lick, subtle variation. So the difference is we're using the major blues scale for the first of the ideas, and then we're using the minor pentatonic in there in the second. So what changes? The E on the first idea, but we have the F on the second idea. Yeah, and the F is found in the minor pentatonic. It's the flat 7. So it's outside the key signature of G. It's the flat 7. It's a blue note. And so with the E there, subtle difference, but it's a great difference to have under your fingers. So I'll play them a little bit quicker and just have a listen to the 2, 3, 4. Second idea. First idea. And the second. So a little bluesier, a bit darker the second idea, yeah, but they're interchangeable. So that's a very subtle difference, but it is something that you can mix between the two in your own playing. So we are going to look at the scales. There are other lessons at pickinglessons.com where we do cover those major blues and the minor pentatonic scales and different licks as well. Let's have a quick look at a C run. So a C run, similar idea to the G, but it's around the C chord. So the C run. So here we're starting on that low C and we're heading up the scale. Same principle as the G. So we're using the flat 3. So that's a blue note like we did in the G run. So in the C, that's the E flat, that's the flat 3. And we're sliding into the 3 of the chord, so that's the E. One more time, ready and. So there's your C run. So you can practice jumping back and forth between the two versions of G and a C, for example. So you might go G first, ready and. Then we'll play the C. Yeah, so that's a good little exercise. Let's look at a D run too. The D run, again, similar concept. We're using the flat 3 over the D chord. So we have from the open D. And so here we're going from the D, F into the F sharp. So the F's the flat 3, the F sharp's the major 3. And again, resolving as we move up through the scale. Let's just try a G run into a C run into a D run. 3, 4. C run, ready and. And the D run. And they're not exact replicas, yeah? We're using the notes that are accessible under the fingers. They're all around the same flavor though. That's the main thing that we're really looking at here. So the C run, the D run, the G run, and a couple of different G ideas in there as well. Get started with those and you can start to run them together in no particular order really. You can jump between them. Get familiar with those licks. Pickinlessons.com. We're going to continue this lesson. We're going to break down a whole bunch of different ideas for more G, C and D licks, and then we'll break down the solo example that we heard at the beginning of this video, and of course cover some basic arpeggio and scale positions as well that we're really using as part of these examples. So it's a really good thing to have under your fingers as well. So pickinlessons.com. I'll see you there.